ask if you wanted to go live before she left. There you are. You are live now. You are live.
Hello, everyone. Good day. I'm sorry. It's been a little bit of technical issues, but we are here now. Thank you so much for your patience and thank you for waiting. I'm going to be echoing a little bit, but we're just going to have to work with this because StreamYard is not doing well for some reason because they want to push me to a different plan. That is not part of our plan in One River Movement, but we'll figure that out. So, if you hear me well, please just put your thumbs up. But we're going to echo a little bit. And thank you for making it to Friday. I highly appreciate everyone here for your presence, your love, and your support for One Global Movement. We're just going to dive in and so that we can go and start enjoying our weekend. So we are in One Global Movement Revolution, part 351, advocating and speaking for all children. Are you listening? So take this very serious because one of the most important things of life is that we need to listen. We're not just listening with our physical ears, but we are listening with our soul, our heart, and our entire body. So advocating and speaking for all children. Are you listening? So begin to put your worldview. What do you think your answers to this question? How you advocate for your children? Because we all are advocates for children, parents, caregivers, and adults. And so let us interact in the chat, please. And since I just thank you so much for your patience for being
Thank
here.
you.
Um, this this topic is designed to inspire action. Just so you know, it's designed to inspire action, spark empathy, and reinforce the mission of One Global Movement as a voice for children around the world. It can be delivered at events. It can be taught at home. It can be used as a workshop, one global movement workshop, or in community gathering, and can be adapted for virtual platform, just like what we are doing here now. So this is very important. And as you all already are aware, all the topics that we do here are very, very important topics for children, and we always take them very seriously. So today, we come to you with a voice that does not belong to us alone. We who are on the panel, hear me and Sister Yvonne Finn. This voice does not belong to us alone. It is the whisper of a girl in a war-torn zone, the silent cry of a boy in a broken classroom, the laughter, the laughter stolen by hunger, fear, and poverty. This is what we're saying. Are we listening? Are we listening to these children that their laughter has been stolen by hunger, by fear for whatever they are being afraid of, and poverty? Are we listening? So we here in One Global Movement are the heartbeats that rise in one rhythm for children. That's why we come together here as one for children. This is very, very important that we do this, speak the same language, walk the same walk, same action, same treatment and love, just like when we raise our children. Not because children understand they are very easy to pick up things, and therefore we must make sure that every child is included, every child belongs, and every child is treated the same regardless of the bank account of their parents, regardless of how they raise, regardless of anything, just the way that these children were created. And so uh, we are not just, uh, and today I ask you, I ask you not just with your ears, listen not just with your ears, but with their entire heart, because this is what it takes to raise children. Are you listening to us here? Are you listening? If you're listening, It therefore means that you've been listening to your children. And so this is very important here today. This is not a slogan. We all need to know. Are you listening? Is not just a slogan. Advocating for children and speaking up for children is not just a slogan. This is a cry for urgency, a sacred call to action, a cry for urgency. This is very important in the world of today. We need to listen to children. Why do they want? Why should we listen to them? What is happening? That means that something is happening. That's why we ask the question: are you listening? It's not. It's not. It is a cry for urgency right now. You listen right now in this moment, not postponing it tomorrow. And this is a sacred call, something divine, something that we've been called to do. Take action and a challenge to our silence. There are so many people that see a lot of things that are going wrong. So many parents, so many adults, institutions, religious establishments, and so forth. Things are going wrong, but they keep quiet. Not to say something, especially when it concerns children, is a crime against humanity. And therefore, we must stand up to advocate and speak for our children. And this is a big challenge and a command to our collective humanity. And that's why we are here together. And so, why are we advocating for children? Why do we really emphasize that we should advocate for children? Since when you want to just jump in, okay? If you want to jump in, just jump in. So,
Thank you. Thank you, sister. Yeah.
yes, children are not just our future; they are our present. They are our present this moment. What do you think about your child? What are you saying to your child? When your child goes to school and is bullied, when your child goes to school and is being told that you don't belong here, when your child goes to school and is discouraged to join maybe a sports team and said you will not be able to play, or uh, you were not born to do this, or you come from a family that can do this, what do you say? This is what, and these things are around us every day. Or do you see this happening to a neighbor's child? Or to children in your community, and you just keep quiet because your own children are going well, you're doing well with your own children? Maybe, just maybe, the parents are not able to advocate for their children. You could be the one to step in to say, I am going to advocate for this child. I am going to speak on behalf of this family with permission from the parents. This is very important. So children's voices are valid. We need to listen. Their voices are valid, not just them listening to us because we are the parents or the adults or caregivers. Their dreams are real because they were created with those dreams. They were born with those dreams in them, and their safety is sacred. So many children have been abused, emotional, psychological, physical, and otherwise, and yet we don't say a word. Is it doesn't have to be your child. It can be anybody's child. But we require that we all step in. But still, millions are not heard. So many children are unheard. We've seen it across the globe. Why? Why? Why are children not being listened to? One, let me give you a little bit of statistics here. 1 in 6 children live in extreme poverty. Yes, you heard me right. That's very true. 250 million children lack basic literacy. Basic literacy. Over 150 million girls are subject to child marriage or abuse. Is that not true, Sister Yvonne? And I know that you are of the same opinion. So this is
It is
this is
true.
very true. So countless others are trafficked, displaced, or ignored. They are trafficked across the they don't even know where they're going. The lie, some of them tell them that they're going to give them jobs, but they are being sold into sex trafficking and slavery. At one global movement, we believe no child should be invisible. No child, we shouldn't pretend like we don't see children. We don't see what they're going through. We don't we don't hear them. Every child needs to be visible, not invisible. This is very important. So what does it mean to listen to children? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to listen? Let us really start within our souls to define this. To listen to me is more than to hear. You know how you just hear noise, but you don't take the time to focus to really listen with your soul what that noise is all about, to honor, to validate. This is very important. So listening means create safe space for children to express themselves. That is what listening means. And while we sit, really sit upright and listen without judgment, without criticism, without negativity of any kind. So design education that reflects children's cultures and realities is very important. Not just one size fits all. Because you and I we are different. The way you talking here and commenting to chat is different from my own way. Just like I vote is different from me. And that's why we present these things from our own different perspectives so that every child can fit themselves into all these different perspectives. So this is very important for us. And so protecting children's right for health, shelter, identity, and joy. When you listen, you're not just making that child to speak like you, to behave like you. You are trying to protect their health. Number one, mental, psychological health, emotional health is very important. And then we are also trying to protect how they live, their shelter. Do they live in a good home, in a safe home, not an abusive home? What about their identity? How were they born? What is their customs and traditions? Are we listening in that regard? Instead of saying, how can she not behave like me? And joy. Do we pay attention to make sure that we find out to make sure they're happy? Are they happy? You can feel it. You can tell. So listening also means including children in decisions that affect them. Like the doctors, good doctors will include you in the treatment process. Instead of just saying, here, this is what you need, this is what you need. They listen to you with attention. And then they say, how about we do this? How do you feel? How about we try this? If it doesn't work, and then we will try something else. So decision making is very important, and we must start from the cradle. When we are talking about buying the milk or breastfeeding the child or bathing the child, you are talking to this baby. Um, it's time for a shower. Let's go take a shower, baby. And who know that that baby is listening because they're smiling because they see what you're telling them, they see your face. They are understanding. It starts from the minute they're born, but most it starts from the womb. This is very important. We must not speak about them without them. You can, we can think about them without them, but in positive terms. Because I think about my own son without present. And Sister Yvonne will bear me witness, and she's thinking about her daughter, a beautiful daughter without a present, but we are all positive about these things. And so sometimes it can be challenges. It doesn't mean that we cannot speak about a challenge in positive terms because how do you find a solution to something, to a challenge? By speaking positively, looking for positive solutions to those things instead of being negative about it. So, children are the world's most valuable resource and its best hope for the future. This is said by John F. Kennedy. And this he said, children are the world's most valuable resources and its best hope for the future. So when a child says, I am scared, Mom, Dad, I am scared, Auntie, I am scared, we don't miss that. When they say, I need help, we don't delay. When they dream aloud, we amplify the dream. When you amplify something, you take it, you amplify it, the energy that you send into the atmosphere is the same energy you're going to get. And when you send something, the creator takes it and magnifies it and gives it to you. And before you know, this child will be beaming with happiness and success. This is right, it's nature. There is nothing out there. When you learn and you teach these children ethical standards, integrity, empathy and sympathy and all of those good things, patience. These is what nature is all about, and these children will behave exactly the same. They dream aloud. Let them dream aloud. Let them dream big because God loves big dreamers. So
Okay.
what are we doing in One Global Movement to make sure that we advocate and speak for children and listen to them all the time? And so, you know, we can do a lot of things. We can host some like the child-led forum and youth ambassador programs, which we already have a youth ambassador program, and we can also host a child led forum, which these are all programs that we'll be adding as we get the apples, as we work and get the apples, and then we start including these programs and implement them. We can carry out campaign against high low. This one we can easily do virtually here, and we will schedule something like that so that we can do it for 3 days virtually, and we invite the whole world to be present. And then we can also carry out literacy programs for children. And then we can collaborate with communities, or especially those organizations that have been doing this for a long time, so that they can be our mentors. We can learn from them, and then we can do better here. And then we collaborate with parents because we say here that no matter how old a child is, they have parents, they have caregivers. When we want to do something, we want to make sure that these children include their parents, their caregivers, because this is a way of bringing family together instead of dividing the family. Because most often, when the children are brought the right way and you collaborate with parents and the caregivers, they bring a lot of good things that will also help us to mentor and to teach these children the right way. And we collaborate with teachers. Don't just throw your child to school or he's not to school. Do you know where your child goes to school? Do you attend parents teachers association meetings? How do you know the teachers really firsthand? Emailing them, carrying out a conversation, asking them, is there anything that I can do to help my child? Or how is he doing? Does he need help? Volunteering in those schools because they always need volunteerism. You can even volunteer to to clean, volunteer to help in the cafeteria during lunch. You can do whatever. There's so many things that we can do. And when I'm talking about these are things that I've done throughout my son's school career, and I'm still doing it now that he's in university. And at this level, you do it like uh, uh, in a different way, like contribution, financial contribution, or support of some way to support their projects that they are doing. We continue, and this is how we grow and live healthy and happily as a family. So we can
Okay.
provide platform where every child feels I matter. Children come here, they can you just come here. It, I matter. I am sin. I am her. How? Now they say, I was hurt because my father, my mother said this to me as a result of this, and this. And this is simple things like that is what changes the world. And so, especially our ambassadors can come here and do those things. We believe in the sacred energy of listening, a listening word because most often, and I know that sometimes it's difficult because we, some people, or all of us go through challenges. But if we come on yourself to listen. Those challenges will reduce when you listen to a child, because we want to help these children to educate themselves so much so that even when they have those challenges, it will not mean that much to them, because they will already have the solutions to those challenges. Because we're always going to have challenges of one kind or the other. It might be our health, it might be an accident, it might be war, it might be sex trafficking, it might be early marriage for young girls, whatever. There are always challenges of one kind or the other. You might be the kind that is so emotional or so empathetic when you see somebody maltreating the child. That alone makes you sick, right? That's still a challenge. And so, but we want to be able to to provide with resources so that they will educate themselves, educate their mind, and know how to deal with every situation. Because a child you listen to today becomes a world changer tomorrow. Remember that.
Okay.
We believe in the sacred energy of a listening world. Why? Because a child listened to today becomes a world changer tomorrow. So this is very important. Are we listening
Okay.
or just hearing?
Right, sister.
Go ahead. Go ahead, sister. If you want to
Okay,
say.
I'd like to add something to that. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So advocating and speaking for all children, are you listening? So in Proverbs in 31:8-9, it says, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves,
There you
for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. You see, when you listen to the children, what we do is we protect them from being or from even feeling like vulnerable outsiders.
go.
And we're not just talking about listening to them so we can change their mind or tell them what to say or think. We want to hear what they have to say, right?
Right.
And so here are 8 ways to help advocate effectively, whether it's for yourself or for others. You have to understand what it means to advocate, and you have to know it's okay to speak up. It's best to write down your thoughts because effective communication is what it's all about. You
There
can't
you
be
go.
rambling.
Mm-hmm.
Start by speaking with someone you trust and be a sounding board for you. Bounce off your ideas, see if it makes sense. Ask as many questions as you need. It's amazing how, as we grow older, we stop asking questions. We just assume we know,
Mm-hmm.
but what we think we know and what we think the other person is saying. It means you should listen strategically, not just so you can think about what the next thing is you're going to be saying. And don't be afraid to show emotion, but be respectful. Advocating is not about yelling and screaming. It is not about shouting the other person down. It's
Mm-hmm.
about effectively trying to collaborate and find a middle ground. That's what advocating is, because nobody is always right,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So advocacy aims to influence decisions. That's what it means. Policies or to practices by raising awareness and making sure that the voices of those affected by the particular issue are heard. And it's a one-on-one thing. Storytelling is a very important part of advocacy. One person and one person. It tells you how whatever issue, for me, it's the clean water issue, right? I just can't imagine not having clean water, not being able to take a shower as long as I want. But that's
Mm-hmm.
a lot happening around the world. Most of the world doesn't know what that feels like, or they
Yep.
risk their lives trying to get water, even dirty water.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the pictures that did it for me. At this little girl, and somebody was holding her on a rope here while she was being let down in a well. Who knows how deep this well is? One slip and she's gone. And that
Yep.
was the picture that I saw that made me think, no, 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 we have to try. And I mean, no one person can do it by themselves. As I said, it's a collaboration. But when you tell about your cause and then you try to build momentum, this is what we have to teach our children,
Mm-hmm.
right? They are to speak up respectfully, but be passionate about whatever they believe. And there are so many causes to choose from. So by sharing the personal narratives that can humanize the idea, because it's abstract, when it's big and out there, you mentioned those statistics. When you hear those statistics, you think, what can I do? A
Mm-hmm.
million this, 6 million that. But bring it down to what I just said. Malala and her no education, me and the clean water, you and one global movement and your big story. When you tell that story, it's so impactful. It builds empathy and a connection. It inspires action, especially when they hear what you're doing. It shifts perspective because when you think it's just them, it doesn't concern us. But when you bring it back into the community and you get feedback, this is all advocacy, and that's what it means to listen.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
that's me.
Thank you so much. And in essence, what she just said is so powerful because you don't have to have the big platform to do it. Just one child, because that child is a window to the world. You have done
Mhm.
something incredible. Because like you said, when we hear those things, they will be like, oh no, I can't even do anything. I can't make a dent. Yes, you can make a dent. Just start with one. When
Yes.
you help one, those that depend on that one, you have helped those that depend on that one, and therefore the ripple effect just continues spreading out. And let's do something today. And you talk about that sort of thing, I know what it means, and thank God that we are here doing that. So,
Yes.
and we are listening. Are we listening or just hearing? Are you just hearing? Because sometimes, and I know I'm guilty that I work hard now to ever do this, say, stop making noise. Oh, hurry up, to speak quickly. You try to push the child to
Yeah.
speak, to hurry. And without knowing, does he has that mind space and capacity? Because he also has his own things that he's thinking about. You don't want to rush a child into something. So what I do is I train my son and the other kids that I adopted that do not just listen and accept everything that I'm discussing with you. Make a contribution. How do you feel? What are you going to do on your part? You don't have to do the same thing in the same way that I'm doing. Do your own because you were gifted to me. This is what we need to. Because when you open up like to a child through communication, as everyone said, good communication,
Sure.
that child will feel that they belong, they feel important, they feel that they're being advocated for, they're being listened to, they feel a lot of things, and they'll be so active, so agile, so uh, so persistent to do what is it that they're called to do, even when it's difficult. And so this is very important. And so listener responds with love, not hatred. Justice, not criticism or not injustice. And bold action. Action, action, and more action. And uh, now I'm going to ask the audience this question. Are you really listening to the children in your home? And in asking that, I am also answering that question myself. Are you really listening? It doesn't matter whether they're your biological children or not, because I've seen where, because I am an example where other parents treat another person's child as a page, as a slave, because that child doesn't belong to them or it's not their biological child. Are you really listening to the children in your home? To the
Mhm.
children in the streets, do you listen to the children in the streets? Do you listen to the children in the refugee camp, in foster homes? Do you listen to those that have been ostracized from your society because you think they don't belong or the system thinks that they don't belong? Do you listen to them? This is very important. It takes you and I, it takes all of us here to listen in order to bring these children in the world to peace, love, and happiness. To those biting silence and trauma, those battling silence and trauma, because a lot of people have been traumatized. Even I was traumatized as a child, but thank God for the presence of my grandmother and my mom and my village. But a lot of people have been traumatized and they're afraid to speak because if they speak, they'll beat them. They'll even, some parents will even tell their child, "Hey, open your mouth, I'll teach you a lesson." That is a big threat. That is not good for any child. So
Yeah.
listening transforms life. Listening plants seeds of resilience. Listening tells a child, you are not alone. Listening tells a child, you were born with greatness in you. Listening tells a child, you are beautiful. Listening tells a child, you are smart. Listening tells a child, you were born to succeed. it does a lot of things. Have you sometimes I'm distracted and my son will ask me, Mommy, are you even listening? I'll pay attention. I'll just forget about what I'm thinking. Because I train you that way, but then sometimes I'll slip, you know. And so when children ask us that, let's not tell them, oh, I want to do this, I want to pay this bill, I want to do no. Those things you're ruining the child in that moment. And by the time you come back to listen, that moment is gone. And that's
Yes.
why I might not even bring that moment anymore or forget about it or just say, oh well, my parents didn't listen to me. So what's the point? What's the point? So it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Here's how you can start today. And I start that too. Speak up when you see injustice against a child. Be determined today that as I go around my daily activities, I am going to get up and say, this day is going to be successful because I am not going to watch and see injustice against any child and keep quiet. And we're not saying go there and start barraging the person with your words and things. No, that's not how to argue. There's a better way. What do you do? We live in 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 a society of law. Go talk to your parents first or get away from that place and make the place the call. And if it is at school, stand there with the fellow students and assure them with your body language that you are listening, you understand what they're going through. That helps a big deal. Speak up when you see injustice today. Support the child-led initiative and education access. Support it. Like in the library, that is easy. We don't have to spend money. We go there, we volunteer to read. These are things that I use in the past and I will continue to do them. Go there and read just for 10, 15 minutes because we don't have to overwhelm them. All of us have attention deficit, so we want to not overwhelm the children. We just go there and read. And then, like us here, we are all volunteers to One Global Movement. Let us volunteer or partner with One Global Movement. Like we always say, volunteer here. Share the One Global Movement Facebook page link on all your social media. Set it goal. Say, I am going to make sure this number of people like and follow One Global Movement page. You must have done a big deal without dipping your hands into your pockets to bring out money. That alone is great. That is where we start. Do something. Teach others to listen with their hearts. When we're talking about volunteerism, you see, since I wrote and the other ladies that are focused on family matters right now, others are working on grounds. They are unable to come to the show, like Melanie Mukamugema in Rwanda. They are working on grounds. There are some in Cameroon, there are some in Liberia, they are working on grounds. So, since Yvonne is here almost every single day, doing research, doing other things, and other things behind the scene. Mr. John Barilla is here. You guys are here in chat. That is volunteerism. You are being present and you are taking action. And we need more action, especially with our Facebook page. Okay, thank you guys so much. So let us teach others to listen with their heart, not just listening with their ear. And now, the final word. We are one global movement. We don't wait for permission to practice, to protect, to love, and to listen to a child. We rise, we speak, we act with one voice, one heart. Because every child deserves an advocate. And you and I, all of us here, are advocates to these children. And the world is full of action. You, me as an adult, if we don't pay attention, we get mad. Oh, they're not paying attention to think about the child. That's just the child. Aren't we supposed, isn't it our responsibility to pay attention to these children? That is very, very important. So the sound of the child breathe is now background noise. Know that the sound of a child's dream is not background noise. Because sometimes when children are explaining things to others, say, oh, that's weird. It's weird to who? To you. But is it weird to the child? Do you know how the child crafted or painted that thing? Why it came out like that? Do you know what the child was thinking? Do you know the child's dream? Do you know? So this is very, very important that we pay attention to all of these things, you know. So let us not turn the volume down. Don't turn the volume down. Keep it up. Keep doing it every day. It is the melody of the future. By listening to the children are not there for the present. What we do today to listen to them well is already built a very good future for them. And that future, in that future, we all are included. Let us turn the world's hearts through one hour movement. Let us take all of the principles, the teachings, and the gospel in one group into our homes, into community groups of children, and turn their hearts up with the message we get here. And those that are not so good, let us do well to correct and do better next time. So thank you guys so much. And let's listen. Let us rise together and build a world where no child is left unheard. So thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate that. Sister, do you have anything? Huh. Okay. Sister, you muted?
Yeah, sorry, I'm muted. Yeah. I just what I said before about because listening is a protective device for our children, right? When we listen to them, then they know they have a safe space to turn to, and then they become less vulnerable to the predators that are out there,
Yeah,
right?
right.
That's one way of protecting them is that they have a safe space and they can realize that they are also engaged in the solutions that to the problems, whatever they are. It's not just going to come down from high and just land on them. They're going to have the pride of knowing that they were part of, you know,
Mhm.
solving all these social ills that are growing exponentially. So it's not good for anybody to feel helpless and overwhelmed. And as you said at the beginning, those statistics can make you feel like that. You just want to run for the rocks and cover your head. But if you can do it in your community, in your home, in your right where you are, on ground level, even one to one, then
Yep.
you'll be surprised how you can feel as it grows. You become just like this movement here, for instance, right? It didn't start with all these people, it started
Yeah,
with your story, right?
yeah, right.
That's how it started. And it's a powerful movement, right? Very powerful. Whether it's 100, you keep adding the zeros at the end, it does not matter. It's still a very powerful advocacy
Yeah,
for the voiceless, as the proverb said. Speak for those who can't speak for themselves, and we have
right.
a lot of that. So
Yep.
let us get to work.
Let's get to work. That's right. And I just want to remind everybody that one is the biggest number in the world by
It
nature,
is.
by creation. One is the biggest. One. There is
Yes.
nothing you can ever do if you don't get that one so planted in the stone and sand uh, of success. One,
Yes.
very
Yes.
important. So
Absolutely.
there is someone saying that how do you run 1,000 miles by taking one step at a
One
time?
step. Yeah.
And if you don't take that and you keep saying, "Oh no, I want to do this thing big," you will never do it. That's not procrastination. You never get there. You know what I'm doing here today? I used to do it haphazardly when I was young and trying to advocate for children and older people in my village. And so, because there was something in me that could not bear seeing somebody maltreated. And I was grew up as young as I was, and they would say, shut up your mouth, you're too young to be talking. And, and we organized a community work. And thank God these kids, they love especially when I came back from school, when I was in secondary school, high school, and university, I will organize. I love to cook, and if you want people to really listen, make sure that they've eaten and they've eaten well before they listen to you. So I will cook. I organize those things. We clean the village, we clean the top area, the local area. We make sure that we keep everywhere. And so we started little, little, little. Just even $1, 50 cents can go a long way to do something. You know, your voice low, like you not watch the prophet.
Yeah.
Advocate, speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. It doesn't matter what language you're speaking. It doesn't matter if you're speaking right or wrong. We make mistakes here. That is the essence of being human. Because when you make those mistakes, you're not thinking, you are saying things that come from within you. So start today. One global movement, one child, shadow adoption. You don't have to stay with a child in your home. You can help a child with a who doesn't have a textbook. You can help a child who doesn't have a pen. You buy a pen for 100 francs. 100 francs is not up to 50 cents. What can we do right now? Look in your community. Go out of your way. Go to the library. Organize a group of kids that you can take to the library to do something this summer before they go back to school. Very important. So thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. I have to go right on time, sister. So,
Yeah, that's okay.
yeah. Okay.
All right. At this time, thank you again for always being here to support our children here. We appreciate you. We have Sir Ifan. Thank you for being among us here today. Be sure to subscribe, share, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on what we're doing here in Manitoba Movement. Thank you, Sunil, for always being that support that we need here. We appreciate you. And of course, just reminding us, greeting everyone, and thank you for joining us to support the vision and mission of One Global Movement. You are appreciated. Yes, we appreciate you so much. Thank you. And then I will share in the discussion of today's topic, educating and speaking for all children. Are you listening? Are you listening to yourself? First of all, do you listen to yourself? Very important. And as as well, please like, follow, and share One Global Movement Facebook page. This is the link. Like I said, copy it and please share. We need your support, we need your help so that we can get more resources to continue to support the program for these children. And the managing director is welcoming everyone here to One Global Movement. Speak with her. Welcome you all. Please contribute to the discussion here in the chat and please submit your emojis. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And let's go down here so we can get out of here and enjoy the week. We have Sister Sanjo Ashura. How are you, sister? Thank you for being with us here today. We highly appreciate you. And this is the StreamYard link. If you subscribe to StreamYard, then you give us a referral. They send us $10. $10 will go a long way to do something for a child in a child that is hungry, a child that needs a textbook or exercise book, and a child that can raise 5 kids or do something to build generational wealth. Hello, Sam. Re- Riaz, how are you? Thank you so much for being with us here today. And this is Am Chandra. How are you, Amma? Thank you so much for supporting children here in Manitoba Movement. Hello, Cassie. How are you? Thank you so much for being with us here today. We highly appreciate it. And we have, did I, Sorry, Kuma? Thank you so much, sir, for being with us here today. We highly appreciate you. We have good time. Hello there. How are you, Sam? Thank you so much for being with us here today. We appreciate it. And of course, our dancing queen Nancy is here today. How are you, Nancy? Thank you so much for working behind the scenes and online. See you all the time what you're doing with One Movement page. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And thank you for taking care of our ambassador. And let's go down here. We have our brother, Digit Man. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for what you're doing behind the scene. We appreciate so much. And thank you for being that support that is here. And then we have Gold. How are you, Goldie? Thank you so much for your support and love for children. We appreciate you. Oh, again, Nita, how are you, Nita? Thank you so much for being here. We love you all and appreciate your support. And then we have Sir Aki. Thank you so much, sir, for being that support that our children need here in one global movement. We appreciate you. And then, oh, wow, Brilliant. Brilliant is here today. Hello, Brilliant. How are you? Long time no see. Thank you so much for being here and supporting children worldwide. Appreciate it. We have Rahman Kant Saho. How are you, sir? Thank you for being with us here today. Thank you for your love and support for One Global Movement. We appreciate you. And we have, uh, let's go down here. Nancy says, I'm guilty sometimes if I'm busy. I do them to wait, but I want to stop job and listen. Yes, that is from Sharon. Stop, drop, and listen. That's all right. Thank you so much. That's you. I'm giving it too, but we learn to correct it. Oh, we have Fabian here today. Oh my God, the Mormon family is here today. Thank you so much for support and for your love for children worldwide. Send our love and regard to your family and the children around you. Thank you. And let's go here. We have Sir Ojano. How are you, sir? Thank you for being with us today. We highly appreciate your love and your support. Oh, Fabian. Fabian, all the kids are in the house today. Hey, Yvonne, you see that? Thank you so
Yes,
much.
I see that they're all here. You're very happy. Everyone is here.
Really, I appreciate it too. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you guys for what you're doing for one global movement. And let's go down here. I hope I'm not missing anybody. And this is the Facebook page. Look at them, please. We all, this is the era of technology and online. Please make a commitment, send five, need hundreds, why not thousands to like, follow our Facebook page so that we can get some resources to continue to build programs to help the children worldwide. So thank you. And if you have a child in the community that can utilize maybe they're interested in raising chickens or doing something, bring that child to light. Let us try out a conversation and see how we can help. Just $20 go a long way to start something for the child. So don't hesitate to let us know. And see here says, family, you multitasking, don't forget to press the big thumbs up. Invite someone, subscribe, share with families and friends with love. That's you. I think you will make the advocate for the Facebook page to send it to people to like and follow. So you got in your hands a quick answer. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you guys so much
Yes.
for pushing ahead, serving ahead, soaring like an eagle, so that one global movement can reach every child in the world. Remember, our principle from the heart is no child left behind. Every child
Amen.
matters, every child must be included, but let us listen while advocating and speaking for them. Speaking not because they cannot speak for themselves, but the scripture commands us to speak for those who cannot speak up for themselves. So we want to make sure that these kids are safe first with us, the parents, the adults, before they go out. Because when they're safe at home, they will also be safe in the community and in school. Sister, last remarks from you, and we call it a day.
I am just stressing that exact same thing that I always said, sister. It's balance. And you're never too busy, as Sister Nancy keeps saying inside there. She said she used to be guilty of that. If we're gonna say that our children are our most prized possession, we have to show it. We have to do exactly what Sister Sharon said. Stop, drop, and listen. Not
Yes.
just brush them off. And even if you say it has to be postponed, set a set a time and respect that time, because the child is gonna expect you to do that. So if you say, give me a minute or 2 minutes or an hour or whatever, make sure that you honor that.
Thank you.
Because there was a time when people said children should be heard, should be seen and not heard. That doesn't apply anymore, and that's why we're in the condition we're in, because children are the ones who are growing up and fixing the future. So how can we say that? Right? So let's stop saying that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a wonderful conclusion. Thank you guys so much. Until next Wednesday, next week, we wish you and pray for the very best for you and your family. Extend our love and kisses to your family and your children. We love you all.
Bye, everyone. Have a good weekend.